Looking for insights about how young people view the region and what it would take to get them to stay, the Business Journal held 6 roundtable discussions with middle school students from the area. The panels are part of our 15-month Brain Gain program. Each panel was moderated by content manager Jeremy Leidick. All the students were chosen by the schools. This video has been slightly edited for time. For today's panel, we visit Case Avenue Elementary in Sharon, where students talk about their dream jobs, the need for more challenging curriculum, and why some of them would like to leave the area after graduation, whether it be for higher education, more job opportunities, or simply to explore the world around them.
Brain Gain is sponsored by the Moransky Companies, Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC, and the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition. So we're going to start at Kate, work our way down. Kate, what's your favorite subject in school?
I like math, science, and word study.
That's 3.
Yeah. So just one?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
How about you, Tony?
I would say word study.
Okay. Claire?
Writing.
Writing. Okay. Is that along the lines of word study, or is that something different?
It's different.
Very different subject.
It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it Mohan?
Yeah. Social studies.
Social studies? Justin?
Social studies.
Mary? Math?
Yeah.
We're waiting for John. Jack?
world history.
World history? Very cool. Chloe?
English.
English? Caitlin?
Algebra.
Algebra? Keegan?
Geometry.
Geometry? Okay, this is a pretty strong mix. So, for the people who aren't in, like, math and science are, like, not your favorite subjects, raise your hand real quick just so I can see. All right. Chloe, how come?
I'm not that great at it as I am the other subjects.
Okay. So, it's a little bit more challenging than your
Yeah.
other subjects. Do you like a challenge? Do you not like a challenge?
I like being challenged.
Okay. So if math isn't your favorite subject, let's say, but you find it challenging, how do you motivate yourself to overcome that challenge?
I just like study a lot and try my best.
What level of math are you in right now?
I'm just in math 7.
Math 7. So what are some of the things you're studying?
Like right now we had a test today. It was on like percentages.
Oh, okay. What do you think about percentages?
I thought they were pretty easy.
Yeah? Okay. And so you were, I'm so sorry, what was your subject again?
English.
English. Why do you prefer English?
I'm just like, it just comes to me really way easier.
Okay. Gotcha. Do you prefer the writing aspect, the reading?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Justin?
Why math's hard for me? I just don't really like it.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just like not my thing.
Not your thing?
Yeah,
Think it might be pretty important later on in life?
probably.
Yeah. What do you want to do whenever you're grown and out there working?
Technical engineer.
Chemical engineer.
Technical.
Oh, technical engineer. Well, still engineering. Math is pretty important for
and
engineering.
not being a chef.
What's that?
Being a chef.
Oh, you want to be a chef?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, which would you prefer then, chef or engineer?
Probably chef because I have more experience with it.
What are you doing to pursue culinary cooking?
Like sometimes I like to help cook at home and stuff, and I like watching recipes and trying to do them myself.
Okay. How long have you been cooking?
Probably since I just started doing it on my own, but I've been cooking with adults and stuff since I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, no kidding. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Probably mac and cheese and Chinese chicken.
Okay. And is there anything in school that lends itself to cooking? Like any
Probably
classes?
math. Probably math.
Math? You've got to be able to measure things.
Yeah.
Full cup, half cup, fourth cup. All right. So, what do you do? Like, do you do anything on? Like, are you cooking a lot at home then with your parents?
Well, not really, but sometimes when I go to my grandma's house, I cook a lot. And sometimes my mom will like buy me ingredients and tell me to cook it or something. If she has to do something else with work or something, she'll say, Justin, the ingredients are on the table. I'll send you the recipe. Can you cook that for dinner tonight? I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Well, that's pretty cool. What's something you've cooked for dinner?
I cooked something called Hawaiian meatballs.
Oh, what's that?
It's like you put these meatballs in a crock pot and you put pineapple. It was like pineapple, some type of sauce. It was supposed to be, and it tasted really good.
So, Justin is doing something on the side, outside of school, that lends itself to something that he'd like to do with the rest of his life. Who else has something else they got going on? Jack?
I also cook,
Okay.
and I normally do it for say it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day. I'll find out what one of their favorite dishes is that they really enjoy from restaurants, and I'll find recipes that are simple to make those, and I'll make them that for Mother's Day or Father's Day.
How long you been cooking?
I started about 4 years ago.
Okay. And is it something that you want to do or thinking about doing the rest of your life? What's your dream job?
I'd want to be a chef who would be able to have a TV show of my own. So I'd be able to I forget, Gordon Ramsay. He has a show where he just cooks in front of an audience.
He does. He also yells at a lot of people.
Yeah.
You want to yell at people? Who else is doing something on the side? Kate?
I play guitar and I sing.
You play guitar and you're singing?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I actually lead. I help lead the praise team at our church.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How long you been doing that?
Well, I've been singing since I was 4, and I've been playing the guitar since I was 5.
Very good. Very good. And so what's your style? What's your jam?
I like almost everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you write your own songs?
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So you said math was one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah.
I was in school band. Math lends itself a lot to music. Do you feel that playing music helps you with your studies?
Yeah, it does. It does, yeah.
What about vice versa?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Okay. So is music something that you want to pursue professionally?
I think so. When I grow up, I either want to be a musician or some type of engineer.
Music and engineering?
Yeah.
Okay. You think you could do both?
Probably. Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. And what are you doing to pursue engineering?
Well, I'm actually on the robotics team for Sharon, and we're going to Worlds in April, so that's something coming up for that.
Okay. Very good. So between playing a guitar, engineering, it's very hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
Do you like hands-on, or do you prefer reading from a book and having a teacher lecture at you?
Oh, I like hands-on.
Why?
Most definitely. It helps me learn to do stuff, and when I'm actually doing it, it helps me to understand different things.
Okay. Show of hands, who prefers hands-on to reading from a book? Claire, you're a holdout. Why?
I think I just work better either independently or in a small group than working hands-on and maybe do something by yourself, but that you have to do by yourself.
Okay. What are some projects that you, when you think about something that you get excited for in school, what would it be?
I like writing essays because you kind of can do them on your own, but you also get taught in how to do them. And I like doing things better than the expectations.
Okay.
Kind of.
So what are some essays that you've written, or maybe book reports that you've written that you really enjoyed?
We do a lot of TDAs, and I enjoy doing those.
What's a TDA?
Text-dependent analysis.
Okay.
So on passages, you write basically, you're given a prompt on the text that you read, and then you write an essay on that prompt.
Okay. So what are you thinking of doing for what's your dream job?
It doesn't really relate to it, but I want to be a physical therapist.
A physical therapist. Why is that?
I like helping people.
Okay. In what regard? Have you tell me about a time when you helped someone in the past?
I guess in school a lot, people who ask me questions, I can answer them, and I like helping other people do that.
Okay. Very good. Why physical therapy though?
Well, when I was younger, my brother used to go to physical therapy because he had a shoulder injury, so I just liked kind of how they helped him.
Got you. Okay. So you're thinking medicine or that sort of thing might be
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right. What about you, Mohan?
Like my career that I want to do?
Either what you want to do or what you already do at home that's sort of an
I would
interest.
probably want to be a mechanical engineer. Like I'm
Okay.
really into cars and like vehicles and stuff like that.
Okay. And what kind of cars? Like classic cars, modern?
Probably supercars.
What is that?
Supercars.
Supercars, like Ferrari, Lamborghini
Yeah.
kind of thing. Now, are you doing any work on cars now at home?
Well, my uncle actually owns a mechanic shop, so sometimes like I like to go over there help him sometimes.
Okay.
Pretty fun.
What's something that you've learned recently by being there?
I learned how to change a tire without popping it.
Without popping it?
Yeah.
Popping the tire?
No, without popping it. I used to help him and I popped it once.
Oh.
So it didn't really work.
That could be pretty dangerous too.
hmm
Well, that's good. There's people my age who can't even change a tire. So is that something you want to get into, you think? You said mechanical engineering, or just mechanics in general?
Kind of like I would like want to build cars, not just fix and like build them.
Okay, got you. Now, are you thinking more along the lines of assembly or maybe even just designing them?
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing either or.
Either or? Okay, very good. What's up, John?
Not much. I was just, I had to walk. So.
It's all right. Well, we kind of started, but just give you a heads up what we're talking about. We're just talking about hobbies, interests, dreams, that sort of thing, and how you can end up getting to that dream. So since you're just walked in, I'll put you on the spot. What's your dream job?
I really want to be an architect, so I was thinking about like designing like different buildings and like designing the skyline of a city, so I could like make it how I like would want to see it, and I think that'd be like super fun.
Got
for me to
you.
do.
So what's your favorite subject in school?
I really like math.
Pretty important to architecture.
Yeah.
What led you to wanting to be an architect?
Well, I was just thinking about like what are my hobbies, like drawing and math. And so I was just like, I combine them, and I was like, oh, architecture. So I just decided to do that.
Absolutely. Are you doing anything now at home that lends itself to it?
Not really, but I've been like thinking about like looking into like the different types of architecture and trying to see like what I want to do exactly with that.
Okay. And when you're thinking about designing your perfect city skyline, would you want to do that here in Sharon or somewhere else?
Well, I just wherever I can go, honestly, just so I can like get the experience and do it.
Okay. Very good. How about you, Mary?
My dream job. My dream job is to be a biomedical engineer.
Well, that's pretty specific. Why that?
So I'm in robotics, and we we talked to a biomedical engineer, and she works for NASA, and it just seemed like a really cool job, and it kind of just fits in with like a bunch of things I'm interested in, and I just really like the way it helps the world.
What are some of the things you were interested in before you had the talk with the person from NASA?
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like this like space, because I don't know, it's just endless.
It is endless. We're still learning about it. So before you were in the robotics, did you ever consider biomechanical engineering? Is that
Yeah. I actually didn't know about it. I just thought it was just like it was just engineering. I just thought that was the only thing that was out there, but I don't know, it just kind of came to me as soon as I heard about it.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool that you got that exposure. Someone down here. Let's hear from you, Caitlin.
My dream job is to be a district attorney.
A district attorney? Okay. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. My dad's a police officer, and so I've always been interested into law, but, like, I don't know. I have no interest in being a police officer, so I figured a district attorney actually interests me.
Okay. Are you a very argumentative person?
Yeah.
Do you take any speech or debate classes here at school?
No,
Are there any available?
I don't think so,
I
no.
don't think so. Okay. Do you just argue freehand with your friends and family?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So what is something that you would, maybe a class that you would like to have that would lend itself to being a district attorney that maybe isn't here right now?
I don't know about a class, but something like a debate team or something like that would be very helpful.
And there's no debate team here?
No,
Is there a debate team in the high school levels, or
I don't think so.
you don't think so? Oh, okay. Huh. So have you talked to your parents about being a district attorney?
Mhm.
What do they say?
They're excited. They
Are
like
they?
that. Yeah.
Why are they excited?
I don't know. I think it's because like I'm like doing something that my dad's kind of doing as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, would you want to do that in the Sharon area, or do you want to try somewhere else?
I actually thought about like New York, somewhere like that.
Okay, that's like the main event. Why not Sharon?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I think somewhere bigger would be a lot more interesting.
Okay. Sharon's not interested?
No, it is. It is. Yeah, but I don't know, somewhere like bigger, like a big city.
Okay. Is there anything that Sharon or the region, like even in the Youngstown area or Warren, is there anything that this region can do or change that would make you want to stick around?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
You haven't thought about it? Okay. We can talk about that later. What about you, Keegan?
I've also been looking at architect or something along with space, because like with space I've always been interested since I was younger, and I think it'd be really cool to like explore beyond the solar system. And then architect, I just like to draw and I like to design things.
Do you take any art classes?
I took one last year, but I don't take one this year.
Why is that?
It's just because we can't always pick our schedule, so I wasn't given the art class, but last year I was.
Okay. And do you feel that art is at least a decent foundation to kind of apply toward being an architect?
Yeah, so one of our bigger projects for art is we designed the layout of a house, and we did square footage and everything, and I really liked that because we had a bunch of papers, grid papers stuck together, and then we had to design a house.
Okay. And that was in an art class?
Yeah.
Is that what you think of when you think of art? It kind of surprises me a little bit. I thought that's kind of cool.
It's more like what would interest me more in art is like just designing things and drawing things, which is what I like to do.
Okay. Very good. And are you doing anything, since you're not taking the art class now, are you doing anything at home that kind of lends itself to it?
Just drawing, which is what I mainly do.
Okay. Got you. Tony, we haven't really heard from you yet.
So I would think like a doctor.
Okay.
I've always been interested in it because both my parents are nurses, and like sometimes they'll come home and tell stories about like what happened.
Really?
Yeah.
A couple scary stories, I imagine. Depends.
Yeah.
Okay. So why not be a nurse? Why push it forward to a doctor?
I don't know, 'cause a doctor would be like you get to talk to a lot of people that aren't like exactly sick yet, or like now, and like I just think that there would be a lot more involved with being a doctor.
A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more school, too. Who's going to college after high school? Everybody. Okay. For some of you that say like working with your hands, and you guys are talking about like mechanics and that sort of thing, or mechanical engineering, what about the trades? Has anyone thought about the trades? Well, let me ask you this. When I say trades, what do you think I'm talking about?
Like stocks and shares.
Not quite. Mohan?
Like a trade school?
Right. So plumber, carpenter, welder, that sort of thing. Has anyone thought about something like that? Jack?
I used to, and then we went to one to like see what they were like, and there weren't many things that interested me there, so I kind of like just got like, since I knew once I had been there, I knew like there's not much in that field that I would like. I kind of just stuck with like going through college and getting like a degree in that.
Okay. What were some of the things they were doing when you went to the trade school?
They had a welding class, like woodworks, and then they had carpenting, and I've been with my grandpa who's a carpenter, and we've worked on houses together, and I like it, but like I don't like it enough to have that be my career for the rest of my life.
Okay, that's fair. So who is thinking they want to go to a college within Pennsylvania or maybe within Ohio? Show of hands. Pretty much everyone wants to go out of state. Tony, why do you want to stick around here?
I think like to support the community rather than go on to some big city that already has a lot of really nice doctors that are really good at what they're good at. 'Cause it's a smaller city and there's a lot less people who are really interested in it.
Okay.
And
Why is it important to you to stick in the community, though?
I don't know. It's just kind of, I like it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Claire, you want to go to school out of state?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I feel like there's just a lot more things that I want to see out of where we are.
Okay. What sort of things do you want to see?
Like landmarks or something that has like a part in the U.S. history.
Okay, so you want to go to some more national cultural relevant places.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do that just on a vacation?
I guess you kind of could, but sometimes people only go to one place every year, and the place that I go, I really like it there and I want to just keep going there. But I also want to go some other places, but you can't really do that during the school year.
Not really. No. So maybe like once you're, and this is looking way into the future, whenever you're done with college and you're looking for a job, would you want to stay outside of the area or do you think maybe coming back?
I might come back to look at jobs, but I really would like to stay close, but not so close that I'm just kind of in the same area.
Okay. Got you. How about you, Mohan?
I think if you go to like a bigger state, it'd be more opportunity than just sharing, because there's probably, if it's a bigger state, you probably have like other stuff to do than just one thing, and probably more like companies that you could work at or own, maybe.
So when you say opportunity, are you talking more along the lines of just things to do, like activities, or
It's
actually
like
job opportunities?
Job opportunities.
Job opportunities. Okay. And you don't see a lot of job opportunities in this area for what you're wanting to do?
There's a lot, but like not compared to like big cities like New York and stuff.
All right. Do you think you'd enjoy working in a bigger city more than here? Yeah.
Probably, because like,
Well, okay.
I don't know.
How about you, Justin?
I would think I want to move out the area, but not like go too far out, because I want to go to a college like West Virginia or something.
Okay.
Or some place in Wisconsin, because I don't want to be far out, because I still want to be around family.
Okay.
So that's why I just want to be in some place like around Pennsylvania, but not around here.
Got you. Why not around here?
Because I just want to like explore. I just want to explore like more around here, because the reason why I like social studies a lot is because of geography and stuff, and I like how the Appalachian Mountains and stuff. So that's why I wanted to go to West Virginia, so I could see the landform and mountains they have there.
They got quite a few.
And that's why also I want to go to Wisconsin too, because I think it's just like a state really not many people talk about, and I feel like there's a lot of things that interest me there.
Okay. Now, let's say you want to pursue cooking professionally. Are there places out there where you think you can get a decent education doing that? Or job?
Don't really know a lot of culinary schools or schools that have good culinary things for it, but probably if I do want to be a culinary chef, I'll probably stay around here. If I want to be cooking, because I know that places around here do cooking and culinary.
Right. Okay. Very good. Mary, you kind of had your hand raised a little bit. You weren't sure if you want to stick around or leave the area.
So I'm not exactly sure if I want to stay in state or go to a different state, because like I want a larger opportunity, like opportunity, or like a school to go to, because there are schools around here that I could go to that will help my education for the job that I want, for my dream job. But I just know that there's always there's possibly a better school that I could go to, that if I work hard enough I can get there, and that will help my future in hopefully every way possible.
Okay. Do you feel, have you looked at some schools yet at all?
Not really, but I just know that there are schools here that I can go to, but there's also schools outside of state.
All right, keeping your options open. Gotcha. How about you, Chloe?
I don't want to stay here. I don't know why. I want to explore other places. I would like to go to Alabama.
Why Alabama?
I don't know. I just like it there.
Okay. So when you say explore, what are some of the things that you hope to find?
I want to go to Egypt and see all the tombs of the mummies.
Okay. So Egypt is not an inexpensive trip. So to go and see these world sites, I don't know, what's your plan to get there, if you have anything?
Well, my dream job would be a kid's doctor, so I feel like you would make enough money to be able to go there.
Okay. And how long have you wanted to be a pediatrician?
Probably I just like helping kids, so probably 5 maybe years.
Okay. Gotcha. And when's the last time you helped out some kids?
Well, I have a 5-year-old brother,
Uh-huh.
and I have to help him all the time because he's crazy.
Why is he crazy?
I don't know. There's something wrong with him.
What's a crazy thing that he's done where you've had to calm him down?
Well, when we're playing football on his Wii U, he gets really mad whenever I beat him, and screams.
Uh-huh.
And he's just a really kind of poor sport.
Got you. So how do you help him not be a poor sport other than cracking him over the head with something?
I tell him to take 10 deep breaths.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's much better than my solution. All right. So have you ever been in a situation where you had to help him out with a sickness or something, help take care of him or anything?
Sometimes when my mom's sick and he's sick, I have to help take care of them and make him food because he only eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's easy enough. Okay, very cool. What about you, Caitlin? You sticking around the area?
No.
No? Why's that?
I want to explore my options. I don't want to stay here not knowing what's out there, rather than go out there, find something I find that I don't like anything and come back.
Got you. So do you think once you get out there, coming back is still very much an option?
I don't know. Depends on what's out there, I guess.
Depends on what's out there? All right. How about you, Keegan?
I'm more focused on out of state if I can, just because I've done some traveling through robotics and other things, and I just really like going to other cities, and I think I'll have more opportunities in a bigger area than here.
So it seems to be a pretty common thing for people that want to either go to school outside the area, work outside the area, bigger opportunities, bigger area, more things to do. What is it about that is exciting? What makes that attractive? Why not? I mean, Sharon isn't a huge city, but it's also not a small village either. So what is it about the Sharon area that isn't really cutting it just yet?
It's not that it's that. It's just you'll spend the first 20 years of your life in the same area. So I think that there's a lot of other opportunities outside the area if you push out and expand outwards, because there's new places that you haven't gotten to see yet.
Have you talked to your parents or your teachers about that?
Not really.
No?
No.
Who is already talking about, talking to their parents and their teachers about, venturing off and exploring new things? John?
Yeah, so when I figured out I wanted to do architecture, I decided to look at what the best schools were, and it was mostly just Ivy League schools, and there's a few in Pennsylvania, but I really like New York because my family we're all about Broadway and musicals. So I wanted to explore the city, so I can't remember the name, but I think it's Columbia University. maybe. But I've always wanted to go there because I just love New York so much, and there's a lot to do there, a lot of like fun activities and other things to see.
Kate?
Well, for me, both of my cousins have went to Liberty, and that's in West Virginia. And I actually got to visit them there for one weekend, and I loved it there. They have a great robotics like lab and music. And so I was thinking about going there for college, but after I graduate college, I'm planning on coming back here.
Are you? What do you want to do when you come back?
You know, I'm not sure.
Not sure? Is it going to have anything to do with robotics or playing the guitar?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe a little bit of both?
To do. What?
Maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Jack, you had your hand up.
I want to go to GCU, and that's in Arizona. So, if once I went there, I would probably come back and stay for like maybe a year and just look for jobs out back, like in Arizona, California, things like that. And once I found like a stable job, like a job I know I can like get, and then like a house that I can stay in for a bit, I would move over there, and then I'd probably stay there for a while, because my parents, we've discussed like they want to move wherever, like in the middle of where me and my sister go. So like they want to be at least like an equal distance away from both of us. So like not too far, but not too close.
Mm-hmm. So are they willing to move to meet you somewhere, or they expect you to live within a certain radius of where they are?
I mean, yeah. they just want to be somewhere. They literally have told us we just want to be somewhere warm. Mm-hmm. So we both I think my sister is like she likes Arizona and California a lot. So we'll probably move somewhere out there, and then they would probably go to like the next state over and stay there, so we could at least visit them, but like they aren't our next door neighbor. Like we're still independent.
Well, what if everyone's down there doing, someplace warm, and you decide, well, I kind of want to go study architecture way up north, or maybe in a different country? You gonna let your family stop you?
Probably not. I feel like, because I'm not gonna leave them forever. I'll still come back. And it's kind of like college, because you always, you're at the college, but you come home every once in a while to, visit your family. So, I would probably go because I know, my dreams, even though I might be, leaving my family, it's not forever. I'll still see them, and I think my dreams would be, they would probably motivate me more than, to go instead of stay.
Okay. I want to bring it back to school for just one quick second. Show of hands, who thinks school, as it is right now, all your classes that you're doing, is nice and challenging? You feel challenged? It's okay. Raise your hands if you feel challenged. No one feels challenged in school?
Not in all of them.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Justin, you feel challenged?
I feel a little bit challenged sometimes.
A little bit.
A little bit?
It depends what you do.
Yeah? Depends on what you're doing?
It's challenged in certain areas at certain times.
Certain areas at certain times. Yeah. What's some area of school that isn't challenging that maybe you'd like it to be a little bit more challenging? Claire, Mohan, Claire?
Science and social studies, mostly social studies.
It's not challenging for you?
It gives you enough, but I wish it was just a little more challenging.
Okay, Mohan?
I was going to say word studies, there's not really many hard words that they pick to use.
What kind of words would you prefer?
A little harder words, we usually use 2-syllable words, at least maybe 3 sometimes.
Okay.
Kind of boring after a while.
John?
Well, most of our semester classes, we switch them out, and most of the teachers, they are good, but they're to help us find our interests, and it's more just giving us guidelines and not really grading us on accuracy. So I don't think we can learn as much, but with those we could have more specific guidelines to those classes.
Keegan?
In 8th grade and even 9th grade, there's not many advanced classes or high school classes to take except Spanish and advanced geometry. So right now we're in just the normal classes, which I find easy. So I wish there were more advanced classes that would be more of a challenge.
Got you. Caitlin, do you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, since you want to be a DA, what are some things that maybe you'd prefer to see?
What I'd prefer to see?
Yeah, where do you feel like you need to be challenged?
I feel like there should be more challenging things in our subjects like English and reading, because those are pretty easy right now.
Pretty easy right now. Okay. Mary?
So I think one thing that is easy for me at least is our math program. It's kind of just like we've learned the same thing over the past, like since kindergarten. We've learned adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and it's just always the exact same thing. It's not learning different types of ways to solve problems. It's more like you're adding. It's like the same 4 things.
Does the robotics, because you're involved in the robotics, right? Does that add another layer of challenge?
It kind of opens up. It kind of like helps you, cause I don't know. It just taught me a lot into like how to think about how to solve problems. Cause like you have to solve a lot of problems in robotics, so doing that, it helps me solve like word problems in pretty much all subjects.
So in order to get to that next level of challenge where you feel like you're being challenged and learning more things, I mean, have you talked to your teachers about it? Is this something that you guys have brought up?
Not really.
Has anyone brought it up with their teachers? John?
Well, yeah, I've like said a few things where like they've let me like go ahead on a few things, but like also there's some people that still have to like catch up, so I don't always like ask because they're not really understanding it. So if I can go ahead, then I will, but I don't want to bother anyone else.
Have you ever thought about going to maybe a school board meeting and talking to the school board about changing the curriculum a little bit?
I've been to a few of them because like my brother's on the school board for like students, and I've been there for a few meetings, but I haven't really brought anything up because again I feel like there's still some people that are struggling.
Sure. Okay. Tony?
It could be more challenging but our school does academic games, which teaches you like higher up academics. Like in math, we learn percentages and equations, which is one of the games, and like we're still on fractions in math. So, but you don't want to like I don't want to go to like a meeting, like a school board meeting, and ask like for more challenging stuff, because then there's other kids who are like still struggling with this subject.
Okay. What about the idea of having a class off to the side or something extra, kind of like how robotics is,
Yeah.
you know, an extracurricular thing? It's not part of the general curriculum, but something that if you're advanced, it could be an advanced class. Kate, do you feel that way too?
Yeah,
Like, as
for
far
me, it's math also. I like math a lot, but it's not really challenging. It's just kind of the same simple stuff, you know? Well, we've been on fractions, but we learned how to add fractions. Now we're just learning how to add mixed numbers, and it's just really kind of the same thing.
Sure.
So it's really easy, and I just wish it was a little bit more challenging.
Got you. All right. John?
Well, we do have like an advanced program here, but like after like elementary school and in middle school and high school, all it is just playing on the computer at that point. So you don't really get any advanced learning at that point. So you just sit there and do nothing, and you miss more curriculum than you should have because you're just sitting there.
Okay. Pretty much hitting the finishing line here, but I just kind of want to open up the floor to you guys. What's something that I need to be asking? What's something that you wish that people would know? Jack?
Like, I think you should ask, like, what is, like, something you would change in your career? Like, if you could change anything, what would be something you would change either about your school or about, like, the curriculum they're teaching?
What's something you would change?
I would probably, like, so there is kind of an advanced class and a non-advanced class for, like, middle school and high school, but I wish they would do it in elementary, too, because when I was in elementary school, in 5th grade, like, some kids were so ahead that, like, they just had to sit there and wait for everyone else to get done. But if there was, like, an advanced and a non-advanced, everyone would be able to go at their own pace and not have to worry about everyone else.
Got you. Okay. Justin?
What do you like about your area, and if you are, and what is nice about your area that other people could come and see.
What? Answer your own question. That's a good one.
One thing I really do like about the area is just like the people here. And I like the buildings in downtown Sharon because my aunt, she used to live in one of the castles down there.
Okay.
So my grandma's always so every time we go drive down there, every time I with my mom or my grandma, they always say stuff like, this building is that building's this building's been up there for like 100 years. I think it's just like cool about it, and I like to learn about histories about cities and stuff, and how they were built and where they are today.
Very cool. And you think Sharon has that for you?
Yeah.
Right on. Mary?
Like what class would you want? Like what class would you want to add? Like I think that would be like a cool question to ask because, like what class like would you want to have in your grade that you aren't allowed that? I guess.
I did ask that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
What would you add?
Oh, probably like an actual class about technology because we do have a technology class, but it's more about like that's kind of just typing. It's kind of just like learning how to type, and I think using like learning how to program. Like downstairs we do like in the technology room we do more like just these easy like quick programs where you just like click and drag blocks. They're like really easy blocks too. But I think in the technology class we could probably learn like different types of codes and like learning how to like program and build robots, which would, yeah.
Sort of take that IT stuff and make it part of the main curriculum.
Yeah.
Cool. John?
Like, what do you think is like holding you back in your school or like keeping you from growing?
What's holding you back?
There's like a lot of the people in our school, there's like a few of them that are just like, they are not like, they make fun of you for like growing with your intelligence. They're like, oh, you got like 100 on that test, you're trying too hard or something like that. If there was like some way that you could like keep those people from like bringing you down and getting like encouragement and staying like having groupings like people that want to learn and people that don't want to learn, so that you won't get held back anymore.
Do you feel like you need to be separated from those people to not be discouraged?
Not really, like not like all of them, because some of them are just, they're like trying to like hold you back because just they want to hold you back. But some people, they're trying to learn but they just can't, so they're kind of like jealous. So I think it should be like people acting out, they should be in like a separate class.
Gotcha. Tony, last word.
Like, do you think kids should get more access to making decisions and on the school board level? Not like the school board level, but like a student council, but like more widespread.
More widespread, a little bit more authority in the school?
Yeah.
So what's one aspect of the school that you'd want to have some authority over?
So they've been changing up a lot of the seating in our lunchroom. Like, you'll have to fill up one table, and then whoever's left will go to another table, which I found unfair because today we were missing some kids, and we had one kid at an overflow table, and they were all alone.
Oh, okay.
And so I asked one of the teachers, like, here's an idea. Like, what if we do like a zigzag on our tables so that we get elbow room and leg room, but we can still talk to our friends because we're only allowed to sit on one side of the table.
And what did your teacher say?
She said we started doing like a board, like an incentive. Like, if we don't get 3 strikes by Friday, we can sit on both sides of the table. Either sides.
You think that'll help solve the situation? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Brain Gain is sponsored by the Moransky Companies, Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC, and the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition.